This song I wrote for a buddy of mine who's, if you listen to NPR, you probably hear him on here. His name's Doug Doyle. He's a news director in Newark, New Jersey. And this is actually based on a true story out of the state of Pennsylvania. It's called The Back Roads. A songwriter's round, this really developed in Nashville, and it's a situation where instead of having a songwriter stand on a stage by themselves and playing for an hour and a half or whatever, a group of songwriters will play at the same time in a semicircle or a full circle. The round comes from, in some settings, you can actually put 4 chairs facing each other in, and they just go round and round. And each songwriter plays one song, and then the next songwriter plays, and it just goes around and around for 2 hours. And you have to have some pretty good stuff to keep up with the competition.
The power of music is the connection to people, and I enjoy being in a variety of situations in which I can play music, but to me, to be able to connect with the audience, and these writers' nights tend to be pretty laid back. There's opportunities to talk, and I think that, you know, the intimacy of the room, that's what lends that sort of connection between the musicians and the people that are listening to the music. So yeah, the smaller the room, you can see people's faces, you can see reactions, you can feel like you're having a conversation as you're describing what you're about to play, rather than, you know, this distance that tends to happen between a stage and an audience and so on. So these smaller rooms are better for the kinds of music that I'm used to playing, and I think for Dan as well. You know, he's trying to connect. His songs are trying to connect, and having the crowd, you know, 10 feet away from you, it really helps that process along.
But in a singer-songwriter setting, you can see it in the faces. When you look around, you can tell if people are really paying attention, if it really starts, some of the lyrics maybe start to have an impact on. And that, to me, is what really keeps me going, is that you see that reaction from people in the crowd. And there's one song I've got called Dead Town, about a town that's been on hard times. And I didn't really write it intending it to be a sad song. It's more just a statement of fact. But I have to tell you, several times I've played that song at the Bluebird, and I've seen people with tears. And that wasn't what I intended at all. but I guess just the fact that it's touching somebody, that's what you really feed on. I mean, that is so wonderful in a live setting, to be able to have that visual contact where you can see that somebody's really paying attention and drawing something from the work you've done. And we fear for our lives, praying that God will watch over.
Yeah, I think the brain is wired for, you know, for music, and yeah, I just think it, you know, it can touch us in ways. It can release memories. It can evoke feelings and emotions, and sometimes strong emotions. And yeah, I think we're wired for music, and that's what I really love about it. I love being able to play in situations where it's a service almost for some people. And I think that just, again, just the heart and the soul of the music, that's, you know, that's what it's all about.
There's much more to fear than being right here in the land left behind. A lot of us go into the music business thinking we're going to get a nice financial reward at some point, and most of us are still waiting for that. But I think you come to a point, I certainly have, where you feel like the music is more important than really how much you're going to make out of playing this weekend. And so the people who have been playing these benefit rounds have been doing it just because they want to play. So yeah, we're doing it for free. And it's easier, I have to say, it's easier for us because a lot of us do have day jobs. If you don't have a day job, a Saturday night means the rent, and I understand that. But it is a nice aspect of this. The people who are doing it because they love the music and they don't mind helping a good cause.
again, it's fantastic. I've been blessed. I think Dan's been blessed. I think we could all say we've been blessed by these opportunities to play in, you know, fabulous venues or venues that have a long history like the Bluebird. However, you know, when you can take something that a talent or whatever that you've worked on and honed over the years and you're still growing in and so on, when you can take those things and use them for the service of others, you know, again, it puts something, it puts another layer on the music, an emotional, psychological, sort of heart-filled layer that you just can't put a price on. It's you know, it's just a tremendous thing, a tremendous opportunity. I was really thankful to be there.
I think there's a niche out there someplace for this kind of music played in a place like that. I'm not sure that it takes a particular kind of setting to be successful with songwriter venues. I just think people enjoy the music, and Chaney's is a nice place for families to come, and it's a smoke-free environment. We don't have to play late at night, and it's really kind of ideal.
Winds from a heartless world can take them in the night. So pray